You're looking live inside the ILA as the Canadian National Anthem gets started. Welcome to Game 4 of the Mann Cup. We'll go to the anthems and then we'll take you through our pregame as we get set for the Victoria Shamrocks and the Six Nations Chiefs. is game time for game number 4 of the Mann Cup. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire up in the rafters at the ILA. Daryl Smart will be doing intermission interviews. Starting in goal for the Victoria Shamrocks tonight, it is Chris Siriglieri. He's been given the ball every single game here at the Mann Cup, and, well, there's a reason why. He's a stud. Let's just put it that way. That 18 save percentage, the future of the Las Vegas Desert Dogs, and for the Victoria Shamrocks, hoping that he's the future of that franchise as well in the WLA. Goes back to Warren Hill, king of the hill for the Six Nations Chiefs. Started in game number 2, a .913 save percentage. And Pat, that is key when you look at the way games 2 and 3 have gone for the Six Nations Chiefs. Stifling defense has been the story for the last 2 games.
Suffocating, stifling, dominating, whatever you want to call it. It has been neutralizing for this Victoria offense. We saw yesterday 38 plus minutes of scoreless lacrosse from that second period on. It was nothing short of brilliant by the Chiefs.
Here comes Will Malcolm down the floor. Shot stopped there by Warren Hill. Substitutions both ways. 3 players in, 3 players out. Most notably, well, pretty much every single one of them seems to be of note. As Marshall King is out for Victoria, as is Cole Pickup and Chris Wardle. Inside, and Warren Hill's going to scoop this up. In comes Kyle Pepper, Brad McCulley, and Matthew Gauthier. The other way, the big name coming in, making his series debut, Ian McKay.
Ian McKay is going to provide a spark pretty much wherever you want to put him. He can go out the outdoor, he can go out the back door, coming off a very impressive PLL season, of course. A lot of built-in chemistry, being a Buffalo Bandit during the winter.
A lot of familiarity with head coach John Tavares as McLean takes his man into the boards, and Larson Sundown, who makes his return to the lineup after missing game number 3. Number 68 on the floor. Jackson inside, Sundown with the shot. He's taken down in the crease, takes a couple of extra hacks. Sundown not too thrilled with Adam J there, but the Chiefs will get the ball here. Brian Cole over for Dane Smith. Dane Smith moving around. He's got Messenger on him. Hits around his man, gets it over. Lyle Thompson with a shot. That one's blocked. And on a breakaway, here comes Smith. Bennett Smith inside. He hits the iron. Although I think Hill may have gotten a slight piece of it.
Looks like the trail official getting the illegal substitution, too many men penalty. That is Chris Williams, the Ontario veteran official. We'll be joined by Tim Carlton and Lee Bryan from British Columbia. Andrew Ecclestone is the standby official in between that penalty box. So Victoria going to get an opportunity to break the ice here on the power play.
You saw Sam LeClaire going to the box. He makes his series debut. That one shot stopped by Hill. Cody Jamieson not in the lineup, neither is Randy Stotts.
As far as we know, no injuries with those two, just resting the legs. 3 games, 3 nights coming up here. That's a lot of work for 2 wily veterans.
Absolutely.
And on the injury front, no official word from Victoria yet, but it does appear that Marshall King could be out for an extended time, as there's a penalty here for Priolo. We'll get to that in a moment.
There's a quick stick by Peterson, stopped by Hill as Nunko Thompson takes him in. And they get a couple of exchanges in there behind the net. And Marshall King, we saw had the hand wrapped up a little bit just in behind on the bench during the pregame, so take that information for what you will. Also not in the lineup tonight is Brad Cree for the Six Nations Chiefs. So Cree, Stotts, and Jamieson out. McKay, Sundown, and LeClaire in. So a slashing call against Priolo, and it's 5-on-3. Turning around, Peterson gets it over. Backhand pass inside, quick stick, and he scores. Victoria takes the early lead on a 5-on-3. They say 5-on-3 is pretty much automatic in the game of lacrosse. And, well, Victoria is able to get one there.
Believe it or not, this is Clark Peterson's first goal of this series. Held to just 3 assists, but it's not for a lack of chances. We'll see a great power play look, little behind the back feed skip. And Clark Peterson not going to make any mistakes there. He's been frustrated. A ton of chances, a ton of posts, has been robbed. Finally, he gets lucky there with that easy look on the back door. Maybe we see it in a lot of sports. When the easy ones start to drop, that's when the luck starts to roll in. We'll see if that's the case for CP24.
Stuck in behind Tyson Bell on that last exchange. There's a shot by Wilson. It goes high. Malcolm rips it, stopped, rebounds picked up, and it's going to be Victoria ball here.
Yeah, back into the crease there. Rubish, I believe he thought one of those foot were inside the crease. He was out, brought it back in. That's a violation. Victoria ball.
Back over for Wilson, gets it over to Malcolm, in for Peterson, shot, scores. Well, you said it, partner. When you get that one, they start to go in bunches, and Peterson's got 2 in the last couple of moments. It's 2-0 Victoria, just like that.
And Peterson, that's the type of player he is. When he's playing confident, when the ball starts to drop early for him, it can be a long night for opposing goaltenders. And Warren Hill has seen it firsthand. A teammate in the winter with the Halifax Thunderbirds, that is a goal scorer's goal. Goes high to low through the wickets. He's all sorts of fired up. Victoria once again starting on time, taking a 2-0 lead. The only issue after the past couple of games has been maintaining that lead into the later periods.
See if they can hold on here as Longbow comes off the bench. Larson Sundown looking for some space. He rips and fires. It goes off of the right leg of Origlieri. And Victoria is going to recoup the ball and bring it back the other way.
Our first look of Ian McKay out on the floor. Took an offensive rep. He's going to stay and play on some defense. He's one of the many two-way players the Chiefs can roll out.
Miller with a shot. That one goes off the leg of Tyler Biles. He's hobbling a little bit and it goes out of play. Victoria will get the ball back here. Gauthier back in the lineup tonight for Victoria. There's a shot by Wilson off the shoulder of Hill, and Victoria gets the ball right back. Gauthier push to the outside, and it's going to be Chiefs ball here.
It's going to be a penalty to Brad McCulley. That's a tough start to his Mann Cup. He gets rewarded with some playing time. Didn't play through the first 3. And he's going to get an illegal cross-check. McCulley, we talked about inserting some grit into the lineup, a couple of new faces over the first 3 games coming in. McCulley's another one of those guys, an offensive player, but he does a lot of the little things. I'm looking forward to seeing him do that stuff, but of course, towing the line, not going over it like he did there.
Eli McLaughlin fakes and gets it over. Jackson looks, has a lot of room to shoot. He takes it, tries to find 5-hole, but Origlieri was there.
Luckily for Victoria, Origlieri comes up with the saves. That's just too easy. You can't give the 2020 NLL MVP Shane Jackson that much time and space. We saw him score 2 almost identical goals short-handed. So if you give him a little bit of space like that, there's no doubt he can make you pay.
Will Malcolm almost grabbed there by Peterson. It's a loose ball. Peterson almost gets to it, but the shot clock's going to expire. And now another penalty's coming here. It's going to be a slash against Brendan Bomberry. It's been a theme here at the Mann Cup. The whistles have been getting quite the workout. It's continuing here into game number 4.
I thought game 1, game 2, the contest was a little looser, allowed the fellas to play a little more. Game 3, though, off the hop, the officials set the tone, and I felt like things settled on in the second and third. We'll see if maybe that's what they're trying to do once again here.
Shot. That one goes wide of the goal. Malcolm took that opportunity. He's going to go straight to the bench.
Well, that's one thing. Of course, Six Nations, their power play almost has seemed automatic at points during this series. But Dane Smith told Daryl Smart after that first period, he felt that with all the penalties, it took the flow out of the game, and the offense just couldn't get into a rhythm. Perhaps that's what we're seeing early on here with the Chiefs.
There's a shot, he scores! Lyle Thompson trying to get the rhythm back the other way. Six Nations on the board, 4-on-4.
A quiet night for Lyle Thompson. Let me preface by saying, by his standards, only 2 assists yesterday, but he gets back on the scoring trail, leading this series in points for both sides. As he just comes across and fires that shot. Miscommunication on defense. As Messenger goes out to challenge the shooter, Smith has to recognize that's Lyle Thompson with the ball in his stick. He is a dangerous shooter. You're going to have to get out to hands and come up with that double team.
It goes up high on the hop. Getting it there was Malcolm. And he'll get it to the near side here for Trent DeChico. Number 27 in white's going to go to the bench. Clark Peterson holds on to it, gets it over for Malcolm. Jesse King. Jesse looking, shooting, he misses. Although Hill did get a piece of it, so it's going to refresh the shot clock. No matter, though, as the Chiefs will get the ball back here. Warren Hill going to the bench. He's just going to trot right on back, though. Here comes Longboat. Jackson has a whole wall in front of him. He chooses to direct it over. Shot is going to be stopped by a Wrigley area on Sam Leclerc as he gets his first opportunity of the game. Jesse King. Gauthier back to King. Malcolm. Malcolm, backhand pass. Another backhand pass inside. It goes off the shoulder. And the Chiefs will bring the ball back up here. Just down by 1 here in the early stages of game number 4. The Chiefs with a 2-1 series lead, looking to put the Shamrocks on the brink. The Rocks would love to make this a best of 3. Brian Cole has a bit of space. Has to turn back, though. Peels out. Sends a pass over, but the shot clock's going to expire before they even get an opportunity. 12:30 to go here in this first period. Pepper will leave it. Gauthier, who I felt like had a really good couple of games before he was taken out of the lineup in game number 3.
I think it was just a numbers game at that point, Mark. In comes Will Malcolm, one of the deadliest offensive players in the game currently. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, that was a pass by McKay, just misfiring over to Sam Leclerc. McKay will have to get it over. Fresh off the bench is Lyle Thompson. Dozen seconds on the shot clock. Lyle Thompson twisting and turning, gets it to Smith, over to Jackson. Jackson shot, he missed. And that'll do it for the shot clock.
Yeah, I don't think, going back to Matthew Gauthier, the Alberta product, I don't think it is anything that he did or didn't do to deserve to come out. It's just Malcolm comes in, they needed a lefty, they wanted to go righty strong to allow Malcolm to get a little more reps, so he was just the odd man out with that left-handed shot.
There's a shot, he scores. Casey Wilson rips it by Warren Hill. And the lead's restored to 2. It's 3-1 Victoria.
There's no denying with Marshall King coming out of the lineup due to injury. We don't know if we'll see him for the remainder of the series. Goal scoring from the right-hand side is going to have to pick up. Peterson, 2 goals. Now Wilson with a goal here. The righties are going to have to carry the load. And they've done that early on as 3 of the goals coming from that side of the floor now.
Casey Wilson with a pair of goals in game number 3. He gets on the board right there. Knocked loose, and Tyson Bell will get possession off the faceoff.
Wilson might be a young player, but not afraid of the bright lights. He's played in a world championship in the men's field lacrosse worlds for Team Canada. Played in 2 Minto Cups, now on the biggest stage as well in the Mann Cup.
Dean Smith winds, gets it over. Sundown with a shot, kicked away by Iroquois, and here come the Rocks back the other way. Smith with a bit of space. Smith, shot stopped by Hill. Ian McKay, finalist for Transition Player of the Year in the NLL. Lyle Thompson trying to get away from Lloyd. Takes a couple of shoves, has a bit of space. Lyle Thompson can't get the shot away though. Lyle Thompson was trying to do it all himself there and almost came through. Peterson on the near side, holds on to it, gets it up here for Malcolm. For King. King takes a look, can't get the full shot away. Gauthier with a pick, knocks his man down, got some space in there, and the Rocks will get the ball back.
And it's Will Malcolm. I can't stress enough how many little plays this guy comes up with, the loose balls, the hard picks. He's more than just a finesse player, man. He does it all.
Peterson up top, shot. That one's kicked away by Hill. And another recovery here by Victoria.
Well, in that game one that Victoria won, one thing that was glaring that they did really well was offensive boards.
Shot kicked away, rebound's gonna be sent to the side. Yeah, particularly in that second period, there was about a 5-minute sequence where the Chiefs could not get out and onto the bench.
A great point, partner, and I think today, with it being game number 2 in 2 straight nights, a lot of miles are starting to pile up on some of these players that have dressed in every single game.
Hence why you probably see a Randy Stott and a Cody Jamieson out of the lineup here tonight. Messenger gets inside, takes the shot, tries to go over the shoulder. Hill got a piece of it. Nunko Thompson back the other way. DeChico was defending him, and Tyson Bell's trying to go down low there, but Iroquois with the save. Nunko's got the ball back. Steps on the near side, holds on to it, gets it to Lyle Thompson. Lyle cuts across. He gets checked there by Jay. The ball is knocked loose. And now Smith comes back the other way. Has it. Can't get the shot away. He does as he falls to his belly. McLaughlin knocked him down. Hill was able to deny him. And Nunko having a word with the official there. Lyle Thompson shot stopped by Iroquois. Back and forth action we go. It's starting to speed up here in game number 4.
That's the way Victoria wants to play. Fast, furious. Both sides of the ball, not just in transition.
Peterson with a shot. That one misses. He'll get the ball right back, though. Casey Wilson pitches it over. Shot stopped by Hill. McKay will move up the floor. Everybody screaming on the other side. Sundown. The hand's going to go up. There's going to be a penalty against Victoria here. Smith. Over to Thompson. In there for McLaughlin. Tries to go inside, and it's going to be stopped, and the whistle's going to go.
Another slashing penalty. Certainly a point of emphasis, especially on the off ball, and especially behind the play. It's going to be DeChico going to sit down for 2 or less.
6:56 remaining here in the first. Six Nations looking to claw back in. They're down by 2. McLaughlin for Smith. Back to McLaughlin, back to Smith. They're playing pitch and catch. Is it over? Shot there by Lyle Thompson. It's going to be stopped by Origlieri. Mike Messenger. Big part of that new Westminster team this past season. Into his second game here at the Mann Cup. Peterson to the far side here for Will Malcolm. Malcolm had a bit of space, takes the shot. It's blocked by Rubish. One of 5 second-team All-NLL All-Stars that are on this Six Nations Chiefs roster. I mean, dial it up. Dane Smith, Brad Creek, Kyle Rubish, Ian McKay, and Doug Jamieson, all second-team All-NLL, all part of this roster.
Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. I mean, a lot of people, when describing this Chiefs team, call it an NLL All-Star team.
What's Connor Fields up to?
Playing in the PLL.
That's right. Couldn't get the full set, but they'll deal with the 5. It's like trading cards, right? Here's Peterson, gets it over for Jesse King. Shot there by Peterson. It's going to sail wide, and it'll go into the bench. .21 seconds left in the Chiefs power play, and Dane Smith will pitch it up here. He and Lyle Thompson go back and forth. Larson Sundown takes a look, gets it over for McLaughlin, who takes a shot. It rips wide, and Smith will grab it there. Dozen seconds left to go. Straddling the line was Dane Smith, and a shot taken by Longboat. It's going to be shouldered away. Fresh 30 to work with here for the Chiefs. It's 5-on-5 though as DeChico exits the box. Jackson has a bit of room, has to turn back around with Messenger closing in. There's a shot right off the knee. Rebound is going to be knocked to the far side, and it's going to be recovered there as Shane Jackson gets it right back, gets it to an open player.
Yeah, costly turnover there by Jay. He thought he was paddling the ball to his own player, but it's Jackson coming out of nowhere to pick that pass off.
Longboat has that knocked out.
My goodness, Bennett Smith is just all over the turf tonight. I mean, should be no difference. He's been great all series long.
Peterson with a shot, stopped by Hill. Rebound is in the crease. Hill will take possession. Here's McKay the other way. Ian McKay gets it over inside Sundown, and Origlieri with the save, but he stepped in the crease anyway. McKay to Smith, how many times have you heard that?
If you're a fan of anyone not the Buffalo Bandits, probably too much.
The 2-time defending NLL Cup champions. Miller's in the corner. Priolo will get it loose, and he'll move it up the floor here for Justin Martin. Shane Jackson now with it, number 32 on the near side. Jackson gets it over for Lyle Thompson. Thompson gets bodied there, still has possession. 10 on the shot clock. Thompson trying to find a shooting lane, still has it. Tried to fire it over. It's going to be grabbed here, and right before the buzzer, Sam Leclerc sails it wide.
Yeah, that's just tremendous defense from Victoria. Aggressive but settled. Their approach, taking guys topside, getting to hands, not overcommitting. Really nice defense there to kill that 30-second clock.
Peterson can't cut around, has a bit of space, tried to get it to Wilson, but he lost his stick, and Bell's just going to knock it down the floor in disgust. There's going to be a penalty here against Tyson Bell, it looks like, on that hack.
Yeah, the holding the stick. as it was a perfect opportunity for the two-man game with Wilson and Peterson, who are really starting to gain some chemistry here. As we'll see right here, here comes the stick of Wilson, and there's the tug, and smart play by Peterson. He knows his stick is in the hand of Bell, so he just lobs it to the middle.
Shot scores! 14 seconds into the power play, and Jesse King makes it 4-1.
Said it last game, in the second and the third period, once 5-on-5, the defense really took over for Six Nations. Victoria had to find a way to capitalize on the power play, capitalize in transition. That is what they're doing here tonight, scoring on the power play, and any sort of odd man rush, any advantage that you can get away from the big bad defense of the Chiefs, you gotta cash in. And they are making Six Nations pay almost any time they do make a mistake. That's what good teams do.
Jesse King's second goal of this Mann Cup. Gauthier back over here for Malcolm for Peterson. Back to Malcolm. Tried to feed it into the corner. He does so. Gauthier takes the shot. It goes up high off a body. And here come the Chiefs back the other way. Under 2 minutes to go here in this first period. They're down by 3. Ian McKay will turn back around. Gets it to Longboat. Dean Smith tries to muscle his way through, gets it inside, and unable to get the ball there was McKay. Meantime, a shot taken. It's underneath a Wrigley area. Travis Longboat almost beat him.
Looks like Max Wilson's going to get called here for a slash. Made a loud noise. Again, the trail official making that call. He had a clear view just like we did. I thought it maybe went off a stick of Dane Smith.
He's got the ball there. Gets it over. Dane Smith misses McLaughlin, goes back into the corner. McLaughlin up top here for Smith. Smith has a bit of space, quick stick, shot, and stopped by a Wrigley area. He denies Shane Jackson. Great job there by the big man to get on over. Messenger will find Wilson. Wilson holds on to it, just killing off some time. To the far side for Jesse. 5 on the shot clock. Jesse with a shot right up on Warren Hill, and he holds on to it. 42 seconds left in the period. Longboat finds Sundown. Jackson back to Sundown. Cole. They play pitch and catch. Sundown cuts inside. Bouncer, and that's going to be sent wide. 5 on the shot clock. A man's knocked down. They got to get this away. Cole over. Shot scores! With the shot clock expiring, Shane Jackson goes low, and it's 4-2.
Special teams, special plays, special players. And Shane Jackson has been dominating the special teams all series long. Power play, shorthanded, you name it. This guy's been making his mark, and that is a gorgeous skipper to that far corner. No slide comes over, no problem for Jackson as he just hammers that ball down low past the foot of O'Riglieri.
19 seconds left in the period. Messenger will get possession off the face-off. DeChico looking to set a last-second opportunity up here. O'Riglieri to the bench. Wilson back over. Shot, quick stick, stopped by Hill. He denies Messenger. And now Messenger having a couple of words there and a couple of shoves with Nunko Thompson and Looked like Martin is in there too. A little bit of tension to finish off the first period, but it is Victoria who goes to the locker room with the 4-2 lead after 20 minutes, and I really feel that was a great period for Victoria to really just forget the demons of games 2 and 3.
Yeah, great start. Lots of pace in transition, but offensively really getting some other players involved. Clark Peterson scoring 2 goals. If you're a Victoria fan, you're going to be pleased that CP24 stick is starting to heat up.
Daryl Smart standing by with Brendan Bomberry. Daryl, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Patty. Got Brendan Bomberry here. How big, I know it's an obvious question, but how big was that goal in the last minute of the play?
That was huge. Give us, we were a little flat that period, to give us a little jump going in the second period. That's what we needed, and hopefully keep that going in the second here.
And special teams seems to be a theme in that first period. What can you guys do to kind of shut that down in the second?
Definitely think it'd be a little smarter. We've seen where the refs have drawn the line here, and just got to adjust and pick and choose when we do whatever, and then make it count on the power play when we get our chance.
Perfect. I'll let you go talk to your guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mark and Pat.
So much, Daryl. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. This is Game 4 coverage of the Mann Cup live on Rogers TV.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Are you low on food? Struggling to pay the bills? Overwhelmed by life's challenges? When you need support but don't know where to turn, just dial 211. 211 connects you to the programs or services near you.
211, how can I help you?
211, help starts here.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drumbeat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wedok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Game 4 coverage of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. We're through 20 minutes. It is Victoria 4, Six Nations 2. Mark Perry alongside Pat Gregoire. And Pat, I kind of alluded to it before we threw it over to Daryl. A great bounce-back period for the Victoria Shamrocks. And it's their big guns that are getting the job done. The Will Malcolms of the world, the Clark Petersons of the world. It really seems like the leaders are really stepping up in a big game situation.
Got to lead from the front. That's what leaders do, and the captain himself in that mix as well. The trio with 3 points. Malcolm, Peterson, and now King, all with 3 points to lead their way. And they know they are without their leading goal scorer right now in Marshall King. That's a huge loss. That's a big emotional loss. But you can spin a negative into a positive and rally for a heart and soul type of guy. Of course, the longer this series go, the more you're going to miss him. But they need to recognize that they are such a deep team and that it's the next man up mentality. Sure, the big dogs have been big. It's now those other secondary scoring pieces that are going to be big, because we've seen in games in this series Six Nations really adjusting, and they'll now start to key in on those guys, play a little bit harder, get more out to hand. So Matthew Gauthier, Casey Wilson, who's having a pretty good game as well, those guys are going to need to cash in, because it's a total team effort. It's going to be needed if you're going to take down the Six Nations Chiefs.
You heard it from Brendan Momberry there with Daryl. Really felt like the Chiefs came out flat during that first period, as we're going to take a look quickly at some of the goals in this first period, and it kind of just goes to showcase both points. You know, the leaders coming out to play here for Victoria, a little bit of a flat period from the Six Nations Chiefs, other than, you know, some of their leaders coming out to play like Lyle Thompson.
Yeah, big goal from Lyle Thompson, but it's special teams that seems to be a big sticking point with both teams. Big save from O'Riglieri there, as we'll see the ball come back down, and a little miscue defensively from Victoria, not able to slide over to Jackson, who scores another big goal, makes that a 4-2 game. You know, Bomberry talking about how big of a momentum boost that could be heading in the second period, but he acknowledged it. The energy wasn't quite there, but as we've seen all series long, Six Nations can always find a way to kick it into the next gear. But in game number one, the big difference maker was the athleticism taking over in that second period for Victoria. You know that's going to happen again, or at least they're going to try for that to happen again.
We saw Ian McKay out there making his series debut, and, you know, very similar to what we saw with Mike Messenger and Will Malcolm coming into game three. I felt like there's kind of an adjustment period for Ian McKay to kind of get used to in playing with some of his new mates here.
Yeah, it's going to maybe take a period now. It's going to be trial by fire. I think we really see a heavy dose of Ian McKay this period, and then the third period. Guys are going to start getting tired. He's the one with, I shouldn't say fresh legs, because he was playing in the PLL this weekend, but relatively to these guys, he's got fresh legs, and he's a guy that the more shifts he gets, the more engaged he gets in the game, the better he actually plays. He is one of the best two-way players in the game of lacrosse, and I think we're going to really see him unchained this period.
Well, let's see how things go. You saw the shot count there during the scoring summary. Victoria really leading the shot count as they've been getting the lion's share of the opportunities. What will the second period bring? Well, we shall see in just a few minutes. Stay with us. This is Game 4 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
I was born and raised in Musqueam First Nation territory by my mother, who spoke Hunkaminam to me. As a child, I ceased using my mother tongue, as to use any language other than English was considered not being Canadian, so I was told. The old people came to me in a dream and reminded me of who I am and where I come from. I have reawakened. My roots are strong, and I'm no longer a silent speaker. My language tells me where I am from. It defines me and guides me to teach others to learn and understand our culture and traditions. A gift for those in the present and the unborn generations. What was lost is found. What was asleep has awakened. My blood is here, and I am complete. I have returned home.
Welcome back to Game 4 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire here with you up top in the ILA. It's 4-2 Victoria as we get set for the second period.
Have to get this nugget in here from the Lax Mag. Since 1950, the first year the Mann Cup switched to a 7-game series, there have been 69 best of 7s determining the winner of the Mann Cup. How important is Game 3, you ask? 77% of the Game 3 winners have gone on to win the Mann Cup. But over the past 15 years, only 2 times a team has won Game 3, then failed to capture the cup. Can you take a guess of who that team may be? The Victoria Shamrocks in 2013 and 14, both years to Six Nations.
Those 2 banners I am looking right at right now, 2013-2014. The Chiefs looking to add to those banners, but they got some work to do here. Down 4-2 here in game number 4. Lyle Thompson with the ball, gets it over for Cole. Switching back is Eli McLaughlin, back to Lyle. Lyle has a lot of space, he shoots and he misses just on the far side, and it bounces right into the Chiefs bench. That was a whole lot of space for Lyle Thompson.
It's not often you see him from miss in that tight miscue defensively. Lyle Thompson gonna try to go underneath again. This time he goes top side.
Taking a couple of hacks there. There's a shot by Smith and Origlieri with the save. Skies it high here for McDonald. He's got Preston with him. Six Nations got all the numbers, though, as McDonald has to retreat.
Yeah, Denton McDonald, one of the other prospects in this series, will hear his name called come Sunday. Looking to try to improve that draft stock with a very strong showing in the Mann Cup.
Miller skips out to the near side, finds Malcolm. That shot, look out. It ricochets off of a body into the rafters, into the crowd. There was a few spectators walking up the stairs right at that point in time. Looks like everybody's all right, though. Everybody was ducking for cover there. Here's Kyle Rubish. Bounce pass here for Tim Edwards. Edwards will hold on to it, leaves it here for Lyle Thompson. Thompson holds on to it, gets some space inside for Cole. Cole shoots and he stepped in the crease. Back up the floor come the Shamrocks. Kyle Pepper will leave it here. McCulley into the corner, finds Gauthier. Gauthier looking, shooting, stopped by Hill. Back the other way come the Chiefs. Jeremy Thompson will slow it down and leave it here for Priolo. Sam LeClaire fresh off the bench. Tails to the near side. LeClaire looks, skips a pass up for Longboat, and it's going to be Victoria ball coming back the other way. McDonald will leave it. Finds Malcolm. Malcolm tried to rush into the crowd with a lot of speed, and there's going to be a penalty here against the Chiefs. Malcolm with a shot, and it deflects wide. That almost turned into something bad as Hill's going to make another save. And we'll see what the call is here. It's going to be Bell.
And Chris Williams, the Ontario official, with the call, with the rough. Tyson Bell lets Chico know that he was not pleased with that call. A couple of St. Catharines natives disagreeing with each other there.
Malcolm, backhand pass, trying to find King. Doesn't handle it cleanly, but gets it back here. King with a shot, rips it wide, and it's going all the way back. Chiefs will have to pick up the ball here. Sundown will just scoop it up. Larson Sundown for Dane Smith. Looking around is Eli McLaughlin. Finds Smith again. Back to Eli. They're just playing pitch and catch to kill off some of this penalty time. McLaughlin in for Thompson. Thompson has a bit of space, trying to get through 1-on-4. Sends a shot just wide of the goal. Although he was just trying to get that one on goal just for the sake of it. And Victoria is going to get the ball here.
I thought it may have taken a bit of a fortuitous bounce, but I think it must have just hopped over that leg of Origlieri to avoid the 30-second shot clock.
Shot there by Gauthier. Hill with the save. And Hill's been one of those guys this season where he gets better and better as the game goes along, as he gets dialed in. Rubish holds on to the ball, gets it here for Longboat. To the far side, McLaughlin takes a shot from long range, and he just missed. Oh, it was a laser beam of a shot there from Eli McLaughlin. Jesse King, fresh off the bench here is Malcolm. Back to King. Malcolm again. Got it over in for Wilson. Peterson back to Wilson. Quick stick there, and Gauthier scores. Puts it over the shoulder of Warren Hill. 6 seconds left on the power play, and it's 5-2 Victoria.
And give assistant coach, offensive coordinator Bruce Alexander the assist on this one. This is a gorgeous power play marker. Ball behind the net. Look at King comes to the top, and now the shape of Six Nations changes. They expect that pass to come up to the top to King. That frees up that backdoor look to Gauthier. Gauthier gets it in his stick, hammers it home. That is a beautiful piece of extra man lacrosse.
So a 3-goal lead here once again. There's a shot by Thompson. It's going to sail wide. And all the way down the floor it goes. Should say that is the... Well, it was 4-1, then it was 4-2, now it's 5-2. So the second 3-goal lead here for Victoria. Sam Leclerc trying to get loose. Chiefs will get the ball here, but there's going to be a penalty, it seems. Or they're just going to try to fix something up.
Yeah, I don't think there's a call.
Shot clock being reset to 15 seconds.
Okay. They had to figure out the shot clock. It's had its share of troubles this season, I will say. Lyle Thompson got it over inside, and trying to get it over was Larson Sundown. Sundown in behind the goal, finds Thompson, shot. That one's ripped high as the shot clock expires. Bell's just going to leave it there as Victoria will gain possession. Gauthier down for McCulley. McCulley takes a couple of hacks. Finds Peterson, back to McCulley. McCulley with a shot, it bounces off the foot of Hill and in to the seats and out of play. Miller. Inside, getting knocked down there was Gauthier. And here come the Chiefs the other way. Thompson on a breakaway. Jeremy Thompson. Peterson with a great defensive play there. Martin will get it back here for Dane Smith. Smith cuts across. Inside, almost getting it there was Longboat. He gains possession inside. Cole! Saved by Origlieri. Denies him with the shoulder.
Brian Cole with a few glorious chances on top of The crease of Origlieri just not being able to be rewarded for his hard work once again.
Jesse King with a shot. It's blocked in front. Hill's going to gain possession, though. Here come the Chiefs looking to get back on the board. They're down by 3. McLaughlin, great move and a better save by Origlieri. Lyle will take it. Jackson now. Jackson has a bit of room. Has to turn back around, finds Lyle for Smith. Smith looking inside, shot Origlieri with the save. He has been red hot, folks. Vegas has a good one there. Thompson has that stick wrapped around the neck as he tried to move to the front. No call on the play, though. DeChico gains possession.
What a grab by DeChico in traffic, jumps up with one hand, brings that down, gets it to safe space so his offense can get a shift of offense.
Is that the OBJ?
Pretty much the same thing.
3 on the shot clock, that's ripped wide. Gauthier won't get the shot away, and Lyle Thompson's just going to gain it here. 12:05 to go in the second.
And Gauthier's got to have better floor awareness, recognize only a few seconds left on the clock. He could have picked that up and fired a shot on net. Who knows? Might have been a repossession.
Sam Leclerc with a shot. That one goes wide. There's going to be a penalty here against Victoria. The whistle's going to go, and it's going to be a hold. Holding the stick is going to be the call.
Preston almost looks shocked here as Chris Williams comes over to him, tells him he's the culprit.
Well, special teams. It's been a big, big story in this series. And Six Nations will look to capitalize. Smith back over. Inside shot and unable to capitalize there with Shane Jackson. Smith back for Lyle. Lyle with a shot missing on the far shoulder. And all the way down the floor it goes, and McKay is just going to watch that ball roll down. So Victoria will gain possession with 1:37 to go in the penalty.
The Six Nations are trying to run that scissors play where the two crease guys come up and set the high pick on the top guys. Victoria did a really nice job recognizing that and blowing up those picks before anything could happen.
Malcolm. Edwards just keeping him right to the outside. Great job there by Edwards. Malcolm getting swallowed up into the corner. Gets the pass away. Wraparound shot. And they're unable to gain an opportunity there. Jackson in the corner now for Six Nations. Waits for some fresh power play legs to get on the floor. Cole. Sam Leclerc for Sundown, back to Cole. Cole has some room, quick stick, scores! Shane Jackson, power play goal, it's 5-3.
Once again, the special teams assassin, Shane Jackson, scores with another quick stick on the back door. Just a simple wheel. Here comes the pick from Sundown and the skip to the crease. Beautiful ball movement, giving Origlieri next to no chance to make that save.
Jackson with his second of the game. It's a 2-goal game now. Looking for more though. Nunko Thompson in, shot stopped by Origlieri. Bennett Smith will roll it up the floor. Preston gets knocked down. Nunko getting a couple of hacks in there, and it's going to be an over and back.
That's a juice shift. from Nungo Thompson.
Smith with a shot, stopped by Origlieri, and the Chiefs get the ball back. Thompson in, shot stopped. Oh, Origlieri.
You felt the floor starting to shift towards Six Nations. Crowd getting loud, a great shift from Nungo Thompson. Gets a chance, gets the ball back. Lyle Thompson all alone. But Origlieri gets the last laugh.
Victoria with possession. Big block there from Tyson Bell. And that just tells you everything you need to know about Chris Origlieri and just the poise that he has. Lyle Thompson right in front of the crease one-on-one, and he doesn't shift.
Unbelievably unflappable is the San Diego Seals netminder.
Wrapped here by Gauthier. Peterson getting mobbed, takes a shot. Warren Hill with the save. Smith up the floor. Smith in transition here. Shot there by Longboat is going to be stopped. Longboat turning back around. Fresh 30 to work with here for the Chiefs. Dane Smith. Smith turns back around, and he's going to... Well, they're not going to be able to finish the play. It's going to be a turnover here. DeChico going back the other way. Malcolm finds some space. Hill with a save. DeChico bodies his man. But here comes Longboat. Longboat in, takes a look, takes a shot, he scores! Travis Longboat goes low, and it's a one-goal game.
Ninth point of the Mann Cup. Longboat, one of the fan favorites at the ILA, uses that screen from Thompson, comes around, and rips that shot. Keep in mind, Longboat was on the previous offensive shift. He had to hustle down, play a shift of defense, and come all the way back. He packed a lunch, put his hard hat on, steel toe boots. The grit grinder was on full display that shift.
As it looks like it's going to be a timeout being called as Victoria looks to get reset. Six Nations building a little bit of momentum here in the last couple of moments. 2 straight goals. Shane Jackson and now Travis Longboat.
Good timeout call there by Mike Simpson, the head coach of Victoria. Just rallying the troops, calming them down. As we know, momentum is a delicate thing inside this building. This building gets loud with the low roof, the cowbells, the horns. I'm sure you can feel the passion coming through your speakers in your living room. As when this team gets on a run, the sixth man on the floor can really be felt.
It's a very intimate facility here at the ILA.
As the kids like to say, aura. This place has a lot of it.
Messenger and Thompson on the draw. It's going to be one by Victoria. Malcolm, turnaround shot. Hill with a great save. Thompson up the floor. All 3 Thompsons now in the offensive zone. Jeremy, Nunco, Lyle's got the ball here. Lyle holds on inside. Getting held up there was Eli McLaughlin. McLaughlin over for Lyle. Lyle takes a look, gets it over. There's a shot, he scores! We're tied at 5. Eli McLaughlin, the lagger, gets on the board.
And that majestic beast is all sorts of fired up McLaughlin known for his outside shot. Watch, he's going to get the ball from Thompson. And look at this move. Just inside roll, face dodge, here comes. He's going to get the ball, whoop, goes inside, shoots around Jay, and converts on a beautiful individual effort from Eli McLaughlin.
Well, you knew it was coming. That bounce back from the Chiefs. They have scored the last 3 to bring this game back squared up. Malcolm will turn back around. Malcolm looking, finds some space, shot stopped by Hill, rebound, and the goaltender will scoop it up and send it up for Tim Edwards. Dane Smith now. Got it over for Sundown. Eli over for Smith. Back over. Shane Jackson with a shot stopped by Origlieri.
And that's a big save from Origlieri. You can really feel the momentum coming to this side of Six Nations. The roof would have popped off there if that one sinks. But Origlieri is so calm, cool, and collected. Not just for his age, but for a goaltender. The guy never gets rattled.
Peterson inside, shot stopped by Hill again.
Unbelievable feed from Peterson. As Wilson just runs out a bit of space, he throws that twister, but it's a big stop by Hill.
Jesse King over, shot, and that one missed. Jesse in for Gauthier, can't get the full shot away. There he goes again, and he hits top corner. It's 6-5 Victoria as they break up the momentum a little bit here, developed by Six Nations.
This is just straight up bully ball from Matthew Gauthier. Little flip pass to the inside. Gauthier with 3 teal jerseys draped all over him. We're going to get a great look here. Has the ball, fights through a couple of hard checks, and then throws that shot, goes bar and in. A huge goal that rips some life out of this building. As Victoria not only ends that run for Six Nations, but they regain their lead.
And I said it too, and you alluded to the fact that it's just a numbers game, that he was not in the lineup in the last game. Comes right back. How big is that for him to get back into the swing of things and put a couple on the board?
Well, we talked about how the big players were the big players for Victoria. And there's no doubt they are going to have to be big, but it's going to have to be more than just the 3 players we talked about at the top of the second period.
Smith gets a couple of hacks. Smith up for Longboat. Over for Jackson. Jackson inside, scores! Back and forth we go. It's 6-6.
All the attention going on here. Dane Smith thinks it should be a hacking call. Little flip over to Longboat. Jackson takes it inside. Scores his hat-trick goal. And apparently he can score more than just special teams goal. 5-on-5, he can get it done as well.
Who knew? So 4 goals in the last 3 or so minutes as these 2 teams start to open things up a little bit. Rubish will dial it back here for Priolo. Lyle Thompson takes a look, takes a shot right on goal. Origlieri with the save. Up the floor for McLean. Trying to find McDonald in transition, but too far out of his reach. Back the other way. Inside, and McLaughlin couldn't get full possession.
Great job by McLaughlin to get that loose ball, flip it over to Thompson. Keep possession for the offense.
Here comes Dane Smith over inside, shot, driving through the crease there was Shane Jackson, but he couldn't beat Origlieri.
Yeah, almost a near identical play. Instead of him going down low, kind of threw that on the hip.
Now Lyle Thompson is arguing, was looking for a clear call there, but not going to get it. Jesse King now. The Boo Birds on display here at the ILA. 4 and change to go in the second. Tie game. Peterson shot. That one's right on goal. Save made by Warren Hill. Justin Martin will leave it here for Smith. Into the corner for Longboat. Looking for another momentum shift. Longboat in, scores! Longboat, his second of the game, and the Chiefs get their lead.
Travis Longboat, are you kidding me? Comes across top, gets that stick low, goes low to high, and paints the upper 90 of that net. I don't know what that corner did to you, Longboat, but he absolutely pummels that corner with a seeing eye shot. A beautiful subber from Longboat to take that lead.
First lead of the game for Six Nations as they have the front foot now. Smith, and you can hear this crowd. They can feel it. Smith gets it over. Eli McLaughlin now inside. Cold shot, scores! Back to back. It's 8-6.
Have a game, Stone Cold Brian Cole. And that's the bottom line, because he says so. Scores his first goal of the game to go along with 4 helpers. And we're getting a goalie change. It's Cam Dunkerley. Gets an ovation, maybe a Bronx cheer from the ILA.
Well, it's 5 seconds off of 3:16 on the clock, but it's an 8-6 game. The Chiefs have brought a whole lot of life here at the ILA. And they're in full throat here on a Tuesday night. Will Malcolm, as Victoria looks to respond. Inside, and it's going to be a turnover. Thompson will hold on to it, gets it over here. Finds Travis Longboat. He's been coming through in some situations. There's a shot right on goal. Origlieri with the save.
And this is the challenge now for Six Nations. Dunkerley comes into the game and he plays a completely different style of goaltender than Origlieri. Origlieri, we'll get to that in just a moment as Victoria has a good chance here.
McCauley got it over, twisting and turning as Peterson shot stopped by Hill. We saw Dunkerley earlier on in this series, and well, you nailed it on the head, partner. He played a really good game when he came on in relief in game number 2.
Yeah, really nice game. He was a tidy game in relief. As looks like Tim Carlton's hand is up. Six Nations got the extra attacker on the floor.
Smith, winds, shoots, stopped by Dunkerley, rebound, Cole, another save. Cam Dunkerley with a couple back-to-back. Smith inside, can't get the shot away. Longboat will get possession. The whistle's going to go because he stepped in the crease, and the slashing call is going to be called here against the Shamrocks.
$1:37 to go here in this second period, and it is remarkable how important the second frame has been all series long. It almost feels like this second period has decided every single game so far that we've seen.
It really has. I mean, you go back to game one, what a period for Victoria. They were able to get the lead and get the win. Longboat with a shot, he misses wide. But a great transition for the Chiefs. Here comes Jay back the other way.
And of course, we've got a lot of lacrosse left, but right now, as it stands, this second period currently could be the turning point for the Chiefs. They've really, really put an exclamation mark on this second frame.
It's a tone setter. It really is. Dane Smith, under a minute to go. 5-on-4 power play here for Six Nations for the remainder of this second, unless they put one in. Smith back up top for Cole. Down low, finds Smith. Trying to find the quick stick by Jackson. He was on the back door, but he couldn't get enough for him to take that shot. Fresh 30 on the board, scores! Dane Smith, the great Dane, finds some daylight under Dunkerley, and it's 9-6.
Dane Smith is 12th point of this series. He's going to get the ball here from that shooter spot and in and out of his stick quickly. Throws that patented skipper right on that left foot of Dunkerley. A huge goal to extend that lead heading into this third period.
They have the last four, do the Chiefs. Preston will get the ball. 18 seconds to go in the period. There goes Dunkerley to the bench. Victoria looking to set something up here for a buzzer beater. Miller into the corner. Jesse King down for Malcolm, and another save made by Warren Hill, and he sails it all the way down the floor, but had a little bit too much English on it. A little bit too far wide, but the clock reaches zeros anyway. 9-6, Six Nations Chiefs. And we talked about it during that first intermission, Pat. The big boys coming out to play. Here in the second period, it was more of the same, and the goals can't come a-flying both ways. But it's Six Nations putting 7 on the board.
We've heard it so many times, Mark. Lacrosse, game of runs. Six Nations went on there as Victoria. If they're going to want to get back in this game, they're going to have to start with a run.
Daryl Smart floor side with Matthew Gauthier. Daryl.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Patty. I've got Matthew Gauthier with me. In a game of runs, this seems to be shifting in the pendulum of the Chiefs right now. What can you and your teammates do to shift that pendulum back into your favor?
Yeah, you just keep the course, stick to our game plan, and we know the game of lacrosse is swings, right? So we're just waiting to get our turn here, so we'll go regroup here and have a big third.
What were some of the things in that first period when you guys really took over in that first period? What were some of the keys to your success in that you could carry over into the third?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first period we capitalized on special teams, right? That's one thing we didn't do previous game, and that's one thing we wanted to fix, and that's one thing we'll keep on doing. So
perfect. Well, thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the way. Back to you, Mark and Patty.
Thanks so much, Daryl. Patty and I will have the second intermission for you right after this. Stay with us. It's Game 4 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV.
Welcome to the kitchen of Chef Jasjeet Kaur. Join her as she teaches you how to make traditional Indian recipes and giving cultural twists from all around the world. Remember, love is the key ingredient, and you're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjeet.
Hey you, Bravo's now in Canada.
Walk in the room like a CEO. I handle my biz like a one-man show.
Hi, Chef. I want to do
something drastic.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't activate me, because you've not seen me activated. Leave me alone. Get out of my house. Stop.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to this.
Fall in Canada has never been hotter.
Today, I helped a parent feed their family by connecting them to a food program.
Today, I helped someone connect with mental health supports.
Today, I helped a couple struggling to pay their bills access financial aid.
Every day, 211 Navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
Weekly features on local events and organizations. Interviews with local community members speaking on what's happening in and around your community. Your region this week. All local, all year round. Fridays at 6 p.m. right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Some future Chiefs are on the floor right now, passing the ball around. We're up here in the rafters of the ILA. Mark Perry alongside Pat Gregoire, and that was really a momentum shift. Second period, Six Nations, 7 goals in the final 10 minutes, 4 of them in the final 5 minutes, and yet again, it's the big boys that are coming out to play.
Big moments, big players, but let's not forget Cody Jamieson and Randy Stotts not in the lineup. But it's no problem for Six Nations as the embarrassment of riches continues for this group. They just have so much depth up front. And in comes Brian Cole, a guy that in the National Lacrosse League plays a little more defense than offense, but we've seen him at times be an offensive player. He's a Swiss Army knife. You put him at any place on the floor, and he's going to be a contributor. Comes in here tonight, 6 points. Just has been nothing short of an electric factory out there.
Well, you said it. He's stone cold, to say the very least. A goal and 4 helpers, 5 points on the night. Travis Longboat getting in on the action. You see Larson Sundown's been moving around a little bit. Dane Smith adding to the offensive output as well. And again, you know, this is something that I have alluded to a few times this season. I compare the Six Nations Chiefs to, you look at international competitions, a Team Canada, in the game of hockey, for example. You can put together an all-star team. You can find all the best names that you want. They can't play the same role. You can't have your fourth-line guys playing the same roles as your first-line guys. It just doesn't mesh together. You need guys to play roles, and it seems like Six Nations, and you can credit John Tavares and the coaching staff for that as well. They're buying into the systems, and they're playing the roles that they're being asked to fill.
And I'm glad you brought up Coach Tavares and Coach Kilgore as well. Both these guys have this team buying in. It's very easy to just, you know, show up, and if you're expected to be that number one righty or number one lefty and put the ball in the net, when you're on a national lacrosse team and you're that number one lefty or that number one righty or that shutdown defender, or you're playing on penalty kill one, and then you come to this Six Nations team just littered with talent, and maybe you're playing a smaller role. That's not so easy. But when you're working together for a Mann Cup to achieve one goal, to win a championship back-to-back for your community, you'll put your ego aside. So you got to give a ton of credit to this coaching staff, to this ownership group, to management. It all starts from the top, and it's trickling down. And you're seeing the fruits come to the labor here tonight, especially.
And you allude even to a Dane Smith, for example, too. Was it as much in in factoring in when it comes to points? You know, during the regular season, Austin Stotts was that man that they counted on, you know, to put the ball into the net, to be that star player. Dane Smith was playing that transition role and being a role player, if you will. Gets put into the spotlight here in the playoffs when Austin Stotts went away. And, well, he's been doing Dane Smith things.
That's why he's one of the best players on the planet. You can trust him as a transition player out the back door. You can have him running your power play. You can have him doing anything. That's how good he is. But let's be honest. The best spot for him is to be running that offense to being one of your top righties, to being on your power play. And again, tonight he's getting keyed on, especially after that first period. Victoria, throwing out Bennett Smith on him. We're seeing a lot of heavy doses of some of the top defenders for Victoria on him. That's just opening up more space for Longbow. That's allowing other guys to step up in key moments. And that's the really difficult thing about game planning for this Chiefs team. You can't just key in on one guy. It's got to be complete defense. And I think here, Victoria's going to want to come back in this game. It's going to have to be a near-perfect defensive effort when it comes to 5-on-5.
Exactly. They can't let in another 7, to say the very least. It's 9-6, Six Nations as we go to break. Stay with us. This is Game 4 of the Mann Cup, live on Rogers TV.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
The main one and probably the most dangerous fraud is the grandparent scam. And it's an extortion scam where a fraudster will contact a victim, either claiming to be law enforcement, government agency of some type, or a lawyer, and will tell that person that that loved one is in trouble. There have been cases where loved ones have been impersonated on the phone. The elderly person or whomever suddenly feels fear that something terrible is going to happen to their loved one if they do not act immediately. So that in and of itself plays on people's emotions. If someone hears that a loved one is in trouble, their immediate thought is, how can I help? Not, am I being targeted in a fraud? And the way these fraudsters will work is they will say, look, you can't tell anyone about this. And the reason that the fraudsters will say that is because if the victim tells someone, there's a chance that that person may say, that doesn't sound right.
Hey, we're on the move. Yep, we're going to move to Mondays on a regular basis starting September 16th. Same game, same lots of fun. I'll look forward to seeing you then on Mondays.
Welcome back to Game 4 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Getting set for the third period here at the ILA. It's getting so loud I can barely hear the producer in my ears. That's just the game it's really been, and the energy that has been brought into the ILA, or aura as the kids would say. There you see the scoring summary. The Six Nations Chiefs with a slight edge in the shot count, 37-36 over Victoria, and you can see that right here. 22-14 for Victoria in the first period with shot counts. The Chiefs 23-14 leading the shot count in the second period. Pat, that has really, the shots are dictating what we have seen on the floor in terms of the game story here.
And it's not just the shots, it's the conversion of shots. Just Six Nations, when they get those prime scoring opportunities, they're burying, and they're burying with authority, and that's why this building has completely come to life in that second period.
Shane Jackson on the near side. Jackson looking. Gets it over for Smith. 10 on the shot clock. Smith put it into a traffic, but here comes McLean the other way. Can't get the ball, though. McLean gets bodied there by Bell, and Hill will gain possession for the Chiefs.
But that's not the start you need for Victoria. You got to be near perfect when it comes to your clears, when it comes to transitioning the ball. You can't continue to give Six Nations opportunity after opportunity.
Sundown with a shot stopped by Dunkerley as he took over for Chris Origlieri halfway through that second period. This is Clark Peterson. Gets it over for Malcolm. King getting protected there by Rubish. Nungo Thompson goes to try to pick him off, but shot's taken, it goes wide. And Tyler Biles will recover. Nungo Thompson will grab it there. He'll go to the bench for Dane Smith. Longboats on the far side. Has to create a bit of space. 12 on the shot clock for Smith. Inside, trying to find Jackson on the quick stick, but he couldn't get to him. Messenger. The Chico with a good pick. He's got it here now. There's a shot taken. It's saved by Hill. And here comes Brendan Bomberry up the floor.
I tell you, I've been so impressed with Bomberry's game. This is a guy that for the Georgia Swarm has been playing offense. He's asked to play defense, and he's been one of the best defenders for Six Nations in this series.
Looking, shooting there was McLaughlin. He'll recover the ball. Reset of the shot clock. Bomberry took the ceremonial ball drop with no Cody Jamieson in the lineup, so taking on that leadership role here tonight as well. Shot, rebound, and it's another save by Cam Dunkerley. He keeps it out. Kyle Pepper leaves it here for Casey Wilson. He's got a goal and 2 helpers. Far side is Malcolm. Malcolm gets it over. Miller with a riser of a shot, but it goes wide. 3 on the shot clock. They got to get that one through. It misses the net, and that is going to result in a shot clock violation, and we'll get the Chiefs ball right back. Smith holds on to it, gets it to the corner. Off the half wall comes Sam LeClaire. Finds Shane Jackson. Jackson twisting and turning. Gets it back to Cole. Cole. Back over for Jackson. Backhand pass in for Cole. Can't get the shot away though. And down the floor it goes. The hand is up. There's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a slash.
And Brian Cole can't believe it as he looks up to the skies. Takes a while to take a seat in that box there. We'll see that one. Yeah, trying to go for the ball, as I believe that was going to be a possession call there, but one of the officials had the other one there, so you don't want to say must score here, but this feels like this could be a huge, huge, huge boost for Vic.
Will Malcolm tries to find some space to Wilson. Shot blocked. The defense holding strong here for Six Nations on the PK. Malcolm back over. Jesse King gets it over. Bodied through. It's sent into the corner. And that's going to result in a shot clock violation yet again.
Unbelievable work from this penalty kill. And that's without Cole. He's normally on that number 1 unit. And Cree as well. He's not in the lineup here tonight. Nungo Thompson gets out there. Soaks a great shot on that crease.
McLaughlin turning back around, loses it, and Dunkerley is just going to leave it here. I believe that is...
That's Max Wilson.
Yes, it is.
I think that was his own player that ran right into him.
He's favoring that right knee.
I really hope for his sake, Victoria's sake, that is not that knee. I don't know if that's the knee he injured. We'll get a great look here. Ooh.
Yes, Messenger cut across there.
So might have got one up high there as well, actually.
So it'll be Malcolm to control the ball. Gets it over for Jesse King halfway through the penalty. King up top for Malcolm. Malcolm back over for Wilson. Jesse King waits, gets it back to Malcolm. Malcolm misses Wilson. That's going to be recovered. In tight shot, stopped by Hill. Rebound mobbed there by Rubish. Was Gauthier, was unable to get to the ball. Priolo moving up the floor with some speed. Priolo will just cut back to the half wall. Had that ball knocked loose. He's going to go back into the corner. Great PK, killing off some time there. Steve Priolo doing his job. Wilson will turn back, finds Malcolm yet again. Back for Wilson. Casey Wilson in, scores! Power play goal, Casey Wilson. His second of the game. It's 9-7.
Back-to-back evenings now with 2 tucks for Casey Wilson, the Denver Pioneer. And he has one of the nastiest twisters in the game right now. Takes that to the rack. Malcolm's going to pick up another assist. Fake, boom! Little twister right through the wickets of Hill.
So the PPG makes it a 2-goal game. And Victoria looking to respond with more. They've come out strong to start this third period as they look to tie this series. Jesse King in for Malcolm. Malcolm can't get the shot away. Biles trying to evade Wilson. Wilson getting on his horse, getting in front of Biles, gave him no room, so he had to get rid of it. McKay gets it to Smith. Smith turns back around, finds Longboat. In for Jackson. Jackson shot, scores! Shane Jackson does it again. 4 on the board for number 32. It's 10-7.
That stick is heating up. Last night, we saw Jackson with a couple of beauties. Here tonight, he's got 4. And it's almost the same identical shot. Gonna get the ball from Longboat. And he just uncorks that overhand shot. And it's just a little bit of that skipper bouncer right before Dunkerley's right foot goes right in the back of the net. Took his twine.
Chiefs will recover the ball here. This is Brendan Bomberry. Double digits on the board here for the Chiefs. Brian Cole twisting and turning in behind the net for Smith. In for Bomberry, and it's stopped by Dunkerley. Rushing up the floor is DeChico. He's just going to hold on to it and leaves it back here.
Smart play by DeChico. You know we've seen him take some shots on the run, and it has dropped for him, but he recognizes possessions as this game goes by are going to be more and more important.
Malcolm in, going to the rack, and he steps in the goal crease. Sundown to one knee, gets it to Dane Smith. 12:45 to go here in regulation. The Chiefs 10, the Shamrocks 7. Couple of shoves there on Sam Leclerc. Here's Longboat inside, in behind the net. Jackson shot. He's got the hot stick. Fresh 30 to work with as great recovery there from Shane Jackson.
One of the most skilled grinders in the game, Shane Jackson, comes up with a big loose ball there.
Dane Smith on the far side. The other Smith in defending him. That one stopped by Dunkerley, and Victoria will gain possession. Left back here, this is Wilson. To the bench goes Dunkerley as Victoria looks to try to get closer in this game. Shot, that misses high. And here comes Ian McKay takes a stick up high. He rushes up the floor. That's why you get him. Nungo with a shot. That one misses. Back and forth we go. Jay will turn back around. Nungo gives Jay a ride into the boards. Casey Wilson off the half wall. Finds a bit of space. Gets it up top. Shot stopped by Warren Hill yet again. He had to be careful there. It rolled up on top of him.
He's waiting for that whistle from the official.
McLaughlin up for Smith. Too far there, but it's going to be grabbed by McLaughlin. 10 on the shot clock. He just missed. Zip bounces high and out of play.
Nice job by DeChico there. Had to split the two-man there. Knew he couldn't challenge McLaughlin there. It would have been an easy dump to the crease. But he also knows he can't give McLaughlin an open look.
Twisting back around. Nungo with the knock away from McCulley. But the Shamrocks get the ball back, and Peterson could not get that one loose. McKay rushes up the floor. He takes a stick up high. There's going to be a penalty here against the Shamrocks. Sundown will get it right back. Finds Lyle Thompson off the bench. Lyle for Sundown. For Jackson in behind the net. Sundown gets it over. In behind the goal, and the shot clock's going to expire. And Miller, not even arguing it, gets off the bench and goes straight to the penalty box.
Another slash. We've seen a lot of slashes in this game. I think this might have been a little bit of a good sell job by Ian McKay. As we'll get a great look here. Here's Ian McKay with the wheels. As that one goes right on the arm, and McKay's head goes back like he was shot. Give him the Academy Award.
It's got my vote.
It's gamesmanship, baby. That's what the Mann Cup's all about.
That's absolutely correct, partner.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Oh, Eddie in there? Viva la raza. There's a shot, and that's going to go off of Dunkerley and wide. Jackson recovers the ball. Fresh 30 to work with, and Jackson just misses on the near side. The hand is up. There's going to be another penalty here against Victoria. Another slash.
Nice job by Jackson to recognize Dunkerley had no idea where that ball was, but he also was completely off his pipe. Unfortunately for Jackson, he hits the pipe instead. So McLean's going to sit down for 2 or less here for a slash. Another slashing penalty.
A minute and 36 of 5-on-3 time here for the Six Nations Chiefs. Brian Cole will start it off. They're up by 3 and looking for more. McLaughlin holds on to it. Backhand pass inside. Shot scores! "11-7, Six Nations." And the hats are flying onto the floor. Travis Longboat, his 6th point of the game.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. This Chiefs team is littered with all-stars, future Hall of Famers, MVPs. But it's Travis Longboat who is one of the fan favorites here. He's a community guy, played for the Junior B Rebels, and anytime this guy scores a goal, the place just erupts.
They love number 91. at the ILA. The fans in full throat. They can feel it with 9 minutes to go. McLaughlin for Smith. Back to McLaughlin, rips it right on goal. Stopped by Dunkerley. DeChico with a bit of space. DeChico going in, shot. Stopped by Hill. We've seen him do that a couple of times, particularly in the last game where he got a couple.
And I think he's just exhausted there. Normally he likes to plant his feet and rip for twine. That time he elects to go underhand on the run. And it's not often you see that kid jog to the bench.
He's going to make an NLL team very happy. That's for sure. Jackson, that one just misses Smith. Over for Lyle, rips it on goal on the backhand. Dunkerley's going to make the save.
That shovel pass is harder than some overhand shots we see in this league.
Cole losing his footing. McDonald will just scoop it back here. Clark Peterson. 25 seconds to go in the penalty. 10 on the shot clock. Victoria is just going to try to kill off some time. But Wilson's just going to send a shot toward the goal. It's going to miss.
Didn't miss by much, Mark.
No, he did not. So 15 seconds left in the penalty. 7:46 left in the third. It'll be Jackson to inbound that ball. Smith. Longbow back on the floor. He's got it here again for Smith. Smith waiting for McLaughlin. Into the corner for Jackson. Back for Smith. Up top here. Longboat finding McLaughlin. 5 on the shot clock. Backhand shot, and that is underneath Dunkerley. Sam LeClaire looking to put a stamp on this one.
The official calling it crease too. I think in the NLL with their rules, not the CLA cylinder crease rule, that probably could have counted as a goal if that going goes across the line.
Jesse King in behind the net for Malcolm. For Peterson, shot, scores! Clark Peterson gets one back here for Victoria. It's 11-8.
And you can see Clark Peterson's all sorts of fired up. It feels like this one's close to being out of reach. Peterson recognizes that, hey, if this game is over, this series isn't over yet. They need to keep the foot on the gas to prove to Six Nations they're not going down without a fight. They're still here. It's going to take a lot to come back into this game, but this series is not over yet if they do drop a game here tonight.
This is where defense is going to play a critical role in the last 6:40 for Six Nations, just trying to hold on. 3 goals is not an impossibility, but with the way the series has gone and the whistle's going to go and they're going to call it, the ball rolls right in front of the Victoria bench. It hits the foot of a player, but it's actually going to be Lyle Thompson that gets a penalty here. I thought they were going to call something for Victoria as they were exiting.
No, it's Lyle Thompson with, I don't know if Graham Perro or Adam Levy, whoever can look this up, but I think that might be Lyle Thompson's first ever unsportsmanlike penalty.
That does not happen. It never does. Casey Wilson up top, shot by Malcolm, kicked away, and all the way down the floor it goes.
Well, certainly if you can pot a power play goal, you're feeling a lot better about a comeback here. It's just with the way this defense and Warren Hill has been playing, 3 goals seems like 6.
Jesse King, backhand pass, gets it back, takes a shot, stopped by Hill. Sails the pass up for Tyson Bell, and he's upended there by Casey Wilson. No call on the play, though, as the fans were looking for one. Bell, he'll just kick it into the corner. He's looking like Pele, and Dunkerley goes in there. Bell gets a couple of shots after him. And Priolo, I think, is going to get called for that. He slashes the stick out of the hands of Jesse King. .546 to go, and it's getting spicy.
And Jesse King's pointing at Steve Priolo, making sure that it's him who gets the unsportsmanlike, as you see, yard sale, a hefty chop.
You can see Priolo there. I apologize for the chuckle. You look at Priolo, he's holding it up, and he's saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And the official was there right on cue.
That's 2 unsportsmanlike penalties, though, in all seriousness. Giggles aside. From Lyle Thompson to Steve Priolo, 2 of your leaders on the team. And whether you close this game out or not, you got to lock in. Dial it in and finish this game with killer instinct.
5-on-3 here for Victoria. Big moment here. Backhand pass too far for King. King getting hacked at there by Kyle Rubish. Kicked in front of the Six Nations bench, and Will Malcolm gets control. Wilson takes a shot off the shoulder of Warren Hill.
Smart play by Messenger. Throws that pick, frees up enough space for his offense there.
Malcolm to Wilson. Messenger goes in tight. Up top, Malcolm, shot blocked. Rebound over King. Shot, another save by Warren Hill. Malcolm in tight. Finds a shot and underneath Hill. Another save. Hill has been king here in game number 4, and Warren Hill is down. As the electricity has just turned into a hush, as Warren Hill is very slow moving right now.
As Dave Sowden, the trainer and equipment manager, comes out. Looks like possibly a cramp. He just did the international sign. You can't see me in the booth doing this, but for a beverage. Perhaps some gamesmanship as well, as possession was staying the way with Victoria. Clark Peterson took a hard bump after he took that shot.
I saw in near the bench, Doug Jamieson was starting to gear up. Had the jersey on and everything, was getting ready to go. Takes the jersey right back off, has a smile, and he'll take back his usual position on the bench. Wilson over. Peterson, quick stick. That one unable to hit pay dirt, and Warren Hill with another save. Messenger will collect it here for Malcolm.
And now Messenger's going to come off as the first penalty has expired for Lyle Thompson. Gauthier is going to come out. Now it's back to 5-on-4.
Wilson up top for Malcolm. Malcolm inside, shot, scores! Fresh off the bench is Matthew Gauthier. It's 11-9, a power play goal. Don't turn off that dial just yet, folks. We still got a lot of lacrosse left.
The Edmonton Minor graduate Matthew Gauthier gets that skip pass, catches, release in the back of the net for his 3rd goal. What a game, what a response. You sit last game out, you come back in, you put your nose down, go to the grind, and come up with a big performance for your team.
He's got a hattie here tonight. Malcolm with a shot down low, Hill with the save. Victoria 11-9 with 4 and change to go. Game 4, Chiefs lead the series 2-1. Sam Leclerc peeling over, takes the shot, it skips wide. And Leclerc drags his man down. Victoria will gain possession.
Smart play by Victoria, just 4 seconds left on that shot clock. The last, oof.
That almost didn't end pretty for Ryan McLean with that drop back pass.
Just finishing, giving them credit. 5 seconds left on the clock. No need to pick up that loose ball.
Peterson getting grabbed, gets it back over. Jesse King with a shot. Hill with the save.
Look how far Warren Hill came out to challenge that shot. Almost at the top of his crease, taking a page out of Dylan Ward. Probably because there were so many defenders and offensive players in the way he couldn't see. Comes out, challenges the shooter, comes up with a big stop on King.
Jackson comes off the half wall. Up for Lyle Thompson. Shot stopped, rebound is going to be picked up here by Victoria. There goes Dunkerley to the bench. 2:50 to go, 6 attackers on here for Victoria. Looking to close the gap to 1. Peterson for Miller. Defense really has to key in here. There's a shot, it sails wide. They got to get this one on goal. Shot right on Hill, he makes the save. Rebound's going to be picked up here by the Shamrocks. And it looks like a timeout's going to be called, or...
Yeah, that one actually hits off the face mask of Warren Hill. I think his helmet actually loosened up on the back.
Hey, if you can get some time to take a quick breather and make sure all your equipment's all right.
No doubt player safety, but also a little bit of gamesmanship.
Peterson for Malcolm for King. 2 minutes to go. Scooped up here. Tyson Bell. One hands it up for Priolo. Can't get full possession. Now he has a pirouette in. Priolo scores! Steve Priolo. An individual effort for the ages. 1:56 to go, and Six Nations has a 3-goal lead.
We won't see it. Great loose ball pickup by Priolo. Takes it in, takes flight, and converts. But how about the hustle play beforehand by Bell? He picks off the pass, knocks it down, one hand on his stick, gets it over to Priolo. And you could see him point over to his teammate Bell, acknowledging all that hard work for him to get the glory.
Whistle's going to go on the draw, and Victoria is going to take their timeout. 1:55 to go here in the third. That is a huge goal, not only for the 3-goal lead, but just momentum. As Victoria, it seemed like they were starting to get things together.
Yeah, they were pressing. There was a ton of opportunity.
As Victoria, it seemed like they were starting to get things together.
Yeah, they were pressing. There was a ton of opportunities, a ton of great looks. Warren Hill hanging by a thread, equipment falling off, cramping up. But ultimately comes up with some big stops, and down the other end, Priolo with a big play.
Six Nations a minute and 55 seconds away from a 3-1 series lead if they can hold on here. Victoria. Well, they got something to say about it, that's for sure. It'll be Messenger and Jeremy Thompson. And the whistle's flying as Thompson and Messenger's helmet comes right off. It's going to be Chiefs ball. Dane Smith with it near center. McLaughlin on the near side. DeChico keeping on him. keeping him to the outside. McLaughlin still with it, a dozen on the shot clock. Great job by DeChico. He knocked it loose, but McLaughlin gets it right back. They're just going to try to kill off this time. Cole will throw it into the corner. McDonald will retrieve it, go to the bench. The big boys on here for the Shamrocks.
It's got to be quick.
Miller for Gauthier, for King. Peterson. Wilson, quick stick shot. That one's blocked. Rebound picked up here by the Chiefs. Throws it up for Brian Cole. Holds on, gets it up for Priolo. Priolo, a gaping cage. Dunkerley will rush back in. And just killing off some time. Priolo's just getting hacked at by Casey Wilson and Matthew Gauthier. And a timeout's going to be taken by John Tavares.
A great job there by the coaching staff. Whether that was John Tavares or Dewey Jacobs, whoever it was, great timeout there. Priolo was inching closer and closer to that center line. They'll now chalk something up. We know Victoria's going to be on an all-out press. Have to get that ball, but have to score almost immediately after. As the game clock, the enemy of Victoria right now. You feel, though, that 5-on-3 is really the missed opportunity. I know they score the one power play marker, but you feel like with that 5-on-3, if they could have got two, this could be a completely different game right now. Two unsportsmanlike in a row from the veteran. You just don't get many opportunities like that.
Dean Smith protecting the ball. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Messenger just hacking at him. That'll go into the corner. Dunkerley's going to pick it up.
There's a long list of things I would rather do than take a cross-check like that from Mike Messenger. My goodness.
You're going to wear those bruises like badges of honor. Peterson up top here for Wilson. Finds Gauthier, finds King. King takes a shot, stopped by Hill, kicks it into the corner. A dozen seconds to go. Wilson over, shot by Peterson is blocked and it goes out of play. 6 seconds to go. It's going to be Victoria ball. That'll go into the corner, but it's going to be too little, too late. Bell will hold onto the ball and a little bit of pushing and shoving after the horn. The Six Nations Chiefs are 1 win away from a second straight Mann Cup championship. They win game 4, 12-9.
Victoria somehow in this game win the first and the third period. They outscore Six Nations 4-2 in the first and 3-2 in the third, but a nightmare second frame for the Shamrocks sees them. They outscored 8-2, and once again in game number 4 for the 4th straight game, it's the second period that ends up being the most important period for the winning side.
Let's see who's going to get player of the game honors from both sides. Got a number of candidates to choose from. A high offensive output from both sides. It's going to be Casey Wilson getting the honor here tonight for the Shamrocks. 2 goals, 3 helpers.
And the player of the game from your Six Nations Chiefs, number 32, Shane Jackson.
4 goals, 1 helper. Shane Jackson, player of the game for the Six Nations Chiefs.
Yeah, great game for him. A great series for Jackson. It's not just the abundance of points or the amount of goals. It just seems like number 32, when this team needs a big goal, he's one of the guys that finds a way to find the back of the net.
Got his work boots on. did the job. Travis Longboat, 3 goals, 3 helpers. Shane Jackson, as mentioned, 4 goals and 1 assist. 5-point performances also from Eli McLaughlin and Brian Cole. Jesse King leading the way for the Victoria Shamrocks. A goal and 5 helpers. Clark Peterson with a hat trick. Matthew Gauthier with a hat trick. But the Victoria Shamrocks are on the brink of elimination. The Six Nations Chiefs now have a 3-1 stranglehold here at the 2024 Mann Cup Championship. And it is the player of the game for the Six Nations Chiefs, joining Daryl Smart, floor side. Daryl.
Thanks a lot, Mark and Patty. We've got Shane Jackson. We've got audio this time. We didn't have audio yesterday, so we got you back, player of the game. How big of a win is this? I know it's an obvious question, but how big of a win is this one?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we didn't come out hot in the first period, but we just had to keep our heads and continue to go. And, luckily it started to go in for us in the second, and we went on from there. So it's a big win, but we got to enjoy it tonight, but move on.
What kind of adjustments did you guys make between the first and second? You guys really seemed to struggle, and they seemed to get that momentum, but all of a sudden the offense started rolling, and you started clicking especially.
Yeah, I think we just want to keep it a 5-on-5 game. In the first period, we got into penalty troubles, and in the second period, we kind of cleaned that up, and then our game kind of took over. So if we keep the game 5-on-5, we're confident that we can get wins. So we got to continue to do that, and hopefully we can do that again tomorrow.
So overnight, what are you guys doing just to kind of recoup? 1 win away from the Mann Cup. What's the mindset going in?
I think we just get a lot of water, get some good food, and then just stay in the moment. We don't want to look too far ahead. We'll have a good shoot around in the morning, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Shane. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks a lot, Mark and Patty. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Daryl. There is Shane Jackson. What a game, what a performance from him, and what a performance by a number of Six Nations players. Pretty much a dozen of them getting on the score sheet here tonight. 12-9 the final, and tomorrow night it's a possibility that there could be a celebration here at the ILA. What do the Six Nations Chiefs need to do to close it out? Because as they say, the hardest one to win is the last one.
I think Shane Jackson nailed it on the head. Keep it 5-on-5, stay out of the box, take away the transition game of Victoria, and if you can play 5-on-5, split the floor up into 2, take care of business on defense, and allow your best players to take over the game in the offensive zone, Six Nations should be walking away with a back-to-back Mann Cup. But with that being said, third game in the third night, do we finally see the young legs of Victoria use that to their advantage? That's what we're going to have to wait and see tomorrow.
It's going to be another quick turnaround. As Brian Cole would say, tune in tomorrow night, same Stone Cold time, same Stone Cold channel. 8 o'clock will be the ball drop live from the ILA for Game 5. Until then, he's Pat, I'm Mark, for Daryl and everybody putting us on the air here on Rogers TV, as well as our friends over at Cable 14. We're saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow night here at the ILA.